Welcome to PRISCI-ANTO Educational Academy. In this session, I am going to explain Z transform problems. Find Z of n square. The formula is Z of n into x of n, which is equal to minus Z d by dz into x of z. Z of n into x of n is equal to minus z d by dz x of z. Here we are going to write z of n square. So how to find the z of n square? And z of n square can be written as z of n into n, which is equal to minus z d by dz of z of n, because x of n is n. So z of n minus z d by dz of z of n. So if we know the z of n value, then only we can write it here. So z of n value is equal to z by z minus 1 whole square. So therefore, minus z d by dz of z of n value is z by z minus 1 whole square. So we are going to differentiate this using the formula d of u by v, which is equal to v du minus u dv divided by v square. V du minus u dv divided by v square. U is z. V is z minus 1 whole square. So what is v square? Z minus 1 whole power 4. Okay. So du, z is, u is z, du is 1. V is z minus 1 whole square. dv is 2 into z minus 1. So u is z, v is z minus 1 whole square, du is 1, dv is 2 into z minus 1. V square is z minus 1 power 4. So we are going to apply in the formula d of u by v, which is equal to v du minus u dv divided by v square. So minus z v z minus 1 whole square into du 1 minus formula minus u is z, dv is 2 into z minus 1. So 2z into z minus 1 divided by v square z minus 1 power 4. So therefore, here z minus 1 whole square minus 2z z minus 1. Both term in the numerator are having z minus 1. So I am taking as a common z minus 1 minus z into z minus 1 into z minus 1 minus 2z divided by z minus 1 power 4. So z minus 1 divided by z minus 1 power 4 will be 1 by z minus 1 power 3. So minus z into z minus 2z will be minus z minus 1. So therefore, minus z into minus of z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 whole cube. So minus z into minus of z plus 1 will be z into z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 whole cube. So z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole cube. This is the answer for z of n square. So one more problem let us see. Find z of n cube. That is also we are going to use the same formula. Z of n into x of n is equal to minus z d by dz of x of z. So z of n cube can be written as z of n into n square. Z of n cube can be written as z of n into n square. So which is equal to minus z d by dz of n square. So what is z of n square? Z square plus z. Just now we derived z of n square is z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole cube. So minus z d by dz, z of n square is z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole cube. Again, you have to use the UV formula. So minus z d by d z of z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole cube. D of u by v formula. D of u by v is equal to v du minus u dv divided by v square. What is u here? Z square plus z. What is the du? 2z plus 1. What is v? Z minus 1 whole cube. What is the dv? 3 into z minus 1 whole square. What is v square? Z minus 1 power 4. Power 6. Not power 4, power 6. Because z minus 1 whole cube is v. V is equal to z minus 1 whole cube. V square is equal to z minus 1 power 6. Therefore, minus z into, we have to use the formula v du. V is z minus 1 whole cube. Du is 2z plus 1 minus u dv. U is z square plus z. dv 3 into z minus 1 whole square divided by v square z minus 1 power 6. So z minus 1 whole square in the numerator, there is each term. So minus z into z minus 1 whole square I am taking as a common element into z minus 1 into 2z plus 1 minus 3 into z square plus z divided by z minus 1 power 6. So z minus 1 square divided by z minus 1 power 6 cancelled. So 1 divided by z minus 1 power 4. So minus z into z minus 1 into 2z plus 1. You have to multiply. So 2z square plus z minus 2z minus 1. Minus 3z square minus 3z. So for adding minus z into 2z square minus 3z square will be minus z square minus 2z minus 3z minus 5z plus z. So minus 4z minus 1 divided by z minus 1 power 4. So z into z square plus 4z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 power 4. So z cube plus 4z square plus z divided by z minus 1 power 4. Thank you.